are live. Minutes. Get in here. I got a bunch of. What's up, guys? What up, Doug? Get some beers ready. I got a bunch of questions. We actually got some good topics to talk about today. Sometimes I ask for the topics on Instagram and I get like bullshit stuff. We got a couple good ones today. Also want to talk about rips with Mary and so forth. Hi, Mom. So we'll see. But I hope we're all drinking. Right? It was a Wednesday night. Did a double into today. Feeling good. Nice little day off. Had a good feed today. A bunch of the snakes ate. Two of the Aussie girls stood. Hey, Mary. Good. Happy you're in here, Mary. I'm going to go over rips first. You had asked me to talk about it, and I actually want to talk about it also. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes, let more people get in here. Of course, the day that I decide that I want to go live, the day I decide I want to go live, Matt from Olympus Reptiles is now live right now doing egg cuttings. So I was like, oh, that's great. Fucking perfect. Whatever. So get a couple more minutes, get more people in here. But yeah, Mary, if you want to chime in, if you want to type up a brief description of what rips is, I'm going to go over that first. I know who you are, Andrew. Let's see. Give it a couple of minutes, then more people get in here. But I'll tell you some of the questions I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over RIPS, which is Reptile Integrity Protection Society that Mary started. Essentially, people ripping off other people, selling bad snakes, or just pretty much marketing the fact that they're. I'm not doing it yet, Mary. I'm giving it a couple more minutes to let people get in here. People that are ripping. For example, I'll go over to Porter from Mike from Porter Pythons. He listed a snake online, and then recently somebody made like a fake Instagram account and put that snake up and claiming to sell it. So essentially people will send that person money thinking they're getting the snake they want, and they're not getting it. But we're going to go over how long after the prelay shed do they lay. My two experiences with that, obviously. The best investment was starting out. Marketing and building the brand. How many snakes do I have? Do I have different species? Do I plan on breeding different species? And the answer is yes. What genes do I want to get into? Obviously, rips, like I already said. Some of the pairings I'm looking forward to for next year. My favorite morph, the temperatures for eggs, not as hot as my first clutch, I'll tell you that much. And how do I get in with big breeders, which is an interesting question. And also return on investment. If you're going to spend $1,000, $2,500, and $3,000, what's your best return on investment? We'll give it a couple more minutes, let people get in here. I noticed like last couple of lives I've been doing, or if I start talking too early, people tend to get in here like 5 or 6 minutes after I started talking. They miss a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to give you a little more time. So if you guys want to go grab some beers, I got 3 lined up next to me. Go grab some beers. Then we'll get started. I'm going to wait for Mary to get back in because the first thing I want to cover is rips, RIPS. But I'll cover one topic quickly. So one of the first questions I got asked was, how long after the prelay shed do snakes lay? And I guess the answer is 30 days, right? So my first 2 clutches were almost 30 days. My only 2 clutches were literally 30 days from the day they shed. You're back, Mary. Okay, cool. I'm just going over Rob's texting me. I asked him if you wanted to go live with me earlier, and then he answers now. Oh, he's driving. So to answer the question in short, my experience so far with the prelay shed to actually laying has been almost exactly 30 days. 28 days and then 31 days. So the average of about 30 days. However, I've spoken to some people who have said that sometimes the first-time mamas will take up to 50 days or 45 days to lay after the prelay shed. But so far, in my experience, it's been about 30 days. So, Mary, I'm going to talk about RIPS now. So RIPS is a Reptile Integrity Protection Society. Mary started. Go check her out. I believe she's Mary_Pythons on Instagram. And obviously, there is a RIPS Instagram as well. So essentially what that is, it's holding people accountable, holding the reptile community accountable, especially people that are trying to scam or use snakes in a fraudulent manner. One example I was just talking about was recently, about a month ago, I guess it was, maybe a month and a half ago, Mary, when the one guy was taking Porter's picture of the snake. I think it was a gravel-pied male, and saying that it was for sale and saying it was like $200, $300, maybe it was like a $2,000 snake. So she's looking to prevent that. So I even had a conversation with Mike from Redline Pythons, and he was talking about how, back in the day, the reptile community, the ball python community, a lot of people are assholes. So I guess Mary's trying to prevent that, right? We don't want those type of people in this hobby anymore. So she's just trying to hold the hobby accountable for various things, and especially with social media aspect, people that are posting wrong information, people that are posting negative things, and people that are posting fraudulent things, trying to scam people. So that's there you go. She's also starting a website. So the website's going to have various people, myself included. We're going to, I guess, write articles and keep people updated on that. So definitely check out Rips on both social media, on Instagram and on Facebook if you haven't already done so. All right, so let's get right into some of these questions. The first one I already covered, talking about the pre-lake shed. For me, it's been about 30 days. So best investment when you're starting out. So I got this question, best investment when starting out, and there's two. What's up, bro? There's two ways of looking at this. I looked at it. I used to, I don't say I used to build cars, but I was big into Mustangs. My dad, built a hot rod. So anytime you're building a street car, you're building a car you want to race, you have to start from the ground floor up, meaning people want to add all this power to the car to make it go fast. But if you can't get the power to the wheels, you're not going to go anywhere. So I kind of wanted to apply that to reptiles or ball pythons also. What I mean is building your infrastructure. It's great to have the animals. And I'm going to tell you the flip side of this. It's great to have the animals, but I think first and foremost, people always want to make their own racks, which I appreciate and I respect. And some people don't have the financial capabilities of buying a professionally made rack. But for me, I was fortunate enough to get that ARS rack from Rob when he moved in. So if you're going to start off with building ball python, start with the infrastructure, start with your equipment, and have the good equipment available. You might have the best snakes available, you might have the best snakes you can get. If you're not taking care of them properly, and you're getting these eggs from these animals, and you're not taking care of the eggs properly, like I did my first clutch, you're going to lose them or you're going to lose your clutch. So I would say definitely start with possibly getting the right equipment. The other way of looking at this is this way. Start with the right animals, right? People always want to get either a shit ton of animals or they just want super expensive animals. You don't have to do that. You can use your pre-made, your homemade racks and just get the right animals and start. Because you can't produce animals. But you can have all the best equipment in the world, but if you don't have animals to produce it, you're not going to produce any animals, right? It's really that simple. So there's two ways of looking at that. The best investment is either your equipment to start with, have a good room set up, have a good equipment ready to go, incubator right through your rack system, so forth and so on. Another way to look about it is start stockpiling animals. Hold on, bro. All right. So Redline Python's asking this question. It's marketing and pushing your brand. So I've been really fortunate in the last 6 months. I've been pushing the Instagram channel and the YouTube channel. I'm closing in on 5,000 followers on Instagram. I think I have 4,900. And then even on YouTube, I have 980 subscribers already, which blows me away. And a lot of people are asking me how I've been so successful, and some people ask me if I'm using bots. And what's up, Chicken Farm? But the honest truth is, it's just been growing organically. I think it's all about consistency and having no shame and just pushing your own brand, right? So every day I post on Instagram, every fucking day without fail. Sometimes I don't, right, with the whole riots going on, all that bullshit, the COVID. I skipped a couple of days, and shit happens. I get that, but every day without fail, I try to post on Instagram one of my snakes or a buddy snake, most of the time my own snakes, and then I also try to keep my Instagram story interactive, right? So you have to have those polls up there. You have to have those questions up there because when you put those questions or those polls in your Instagram story, it actually generates algorithm production for you. So if Instagram sees that this kid's putting up a question and he has X amount of followers and a certain percentage answers the question, a certain percentage hits yes or no, they're going to then push more people towards your page because of that. So it's all about consistency and hitting that algorithm. So again, when it comes to Instagram, I post every single day, and I post on my story every single day, and I use it as more of a personal page. I keep it interactive to hit that algorithm. Also, don't be a dick, right? Talk to people, acknowledge people. When people message you or DM you, answer back. As far as YouTube, I put myself on a schedule, and listen, some videos are really good, some videos are shitty, some are rushed, and I get that. I do try to post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. I've noticed when I do it consistently, regardless of sometimes the content, everyone knows some videos are better than other ones, right? I tend to save my really good videos for Fridays because, Fridays people are hanging out, people are drinking, people are more likely to watch them. So it's all about consistency and having no shame and constantly pushing it. Also, be different. Right? There's a lot of people that the names are very similar to other names, try to stand out a little bit. I mean, I was fortunate enough in my vocation where I can use like blue line morphs. People tend to distinguish that differently than other names are just so-and-so Python, so-and-so Python, so forth and so on. They got a couple videos out there, Mary. I got a good video coming this Friday. That dead clutch that I smoked, Luna's clutch, I cut it open today to see what's inside of it. Maybe I got a miracle snake. Maybe I didn't. We'll find out. Watch the video on Friday. But long story short, when it comes to marketing and building your brand, have no shame, constantly push it, and stay consistent, right? Don't think you're just going to post once or twice. Or people always want to start these YouTube channels. Like, I'm going to post, I'm going to have these YouTube channels. And then you look, and it's like, all right, they've had a video on Monday. And a week and a half goes by, they post another video. No, you're not going to do that shit. People aren't going to respond to that. So first and foremost, you need a good name. You need a good, logo. And you got to push it. Have no shame. Have fun with it, right? And don't sit there and watch the numbers. You sit there and watch how many followers, blah, blah, blah. It's going to drive you nuts. Just let it go. Also, what I do on Instagram a lot is I'll go to like the hashtag section and I'll look at like the ball pythons. And I'll look at people are posting. And I'll interact with different people. Some of these people have personal pages where they only have 1,000 followers or 100 followers, but they have a ball python. They post that ball python. Then they have like my page with 5,000 followers of a ball python channel. I'm like, oh, nice snake. Then they're like, oh shit, and they follow you, right? There's another way to look at it, right? Yeah, it's all about consistency, SoCal. It's all about consistency. Post daily and interact. Have fun with it, right? Don't post once and think people are going to come to your page. It's not going to fucking happen. How many snakes do I have? And do I have different species? I don't even know how many snakes I have, to be honest with you. I've been purchasing so many fucking snakes that I'm not cursing too much. Amen, Iron Ball. So, to be honest with you, I've been getting so many snakes, and I don't know how many snakes I have right now. I'm going to say 20. 20 to 18 to 22. I think that's a fair ballpark right now. I don't know. I have no idea. I got like 6 in the quarantine rack, maybe 13 in the ARS rack, and I got 2 out here. So 20, 22, give or take. That's how many snakes I have. The one, I'll have the question. Different species. So I have a Colombian red tail, which is just I think it's just a boa imperator. I don't think it's actually a Colombian red tail, a true red tail. He's over there in a nice terrarium. When you walk in my house, up to 10, yeah, I literally went from, if you look, when Rob first moved in, quote unquote moved in late April, I think I had like 9 ball pythons. I've almost tripled that recently. I mean, listen, my bank account's hurting, but at the end of the day, this is our passion, and it's going to pay off in the long run. But second part of that question is I have a boa. When you walk in my house, as soon as you walk in, and literally you have a boa right in front of you, then a retic to the right. Again, the retic's not in New York. It's in Jersey because the retics are illegal in New York. So, cheers, guys. My mouth's getting dry. I mean, I can get sponsored by Montauk Beer, we think. So, long story short, I have a boa. I got the boa from one of my buddies at work. One of his friends could no longer have it. So he's like, yo, Big, do you want this? I ended up picking it up. He was very small when I got it. And I'll be honest with you, I was gonna, what's up, Ballers? I just watched Eric cutting. What was I talking about? So with the boa, I really was gonna flip it. I really was just gonna like take it, maybe sell for $200 and then move on. I was sticking to ball pythons. But the more I had him or her out, I don't know what the hell it is, the more I kind of fell in love with it. It's like a dog, right? I can literally pet its head, and I clean my house, and I have it around my neck, and it just absolutely chills. Just having a nice medium rat today, so I'm not going to take him out to show you. But so I got the boa in the corner. I also have the retic over here. She's been just an absolute savage. She's gone from 400 grams to like 1,200 grams in like 6 weeks. Like everyone's like, oh, these growth spurts, these retics are out of control. I haven't really seen it, but recently I have seen it. And the purple albino retic is a fucking monster right now. Her head's like tripled in size. The third part of that question is, do I plan on breeding different species? Well, the reality. What's up, Tom? What's up, brother? So cheers, Tom. I know Tom's drinking, right? So obviously, I'm breeding ball pythons. I really, really, really like retics. The boa, the whole concept of the boa of like giving live birth. I don't know if I'd like to dabble with that. I have a hard enough fucking time keeping my eggs at live. I don't know about live birth. But with the retics, I fall in love with retics. Anybody that has a retic and a ball python knows that they are 2 different things, right? You have the ball pythons like the dog, like snake of like the snake world, right? It's very like calm, relaxed, and like kind of its own little world. The retic is just, it's evil. But I love it, right? Her name is Lilith, right? The first fucking demon, female demon. She's always very smart. She's always very alert. If I sit down to come to the edge of the tank, she's looking at you. If she's hungry, she lets you know she's hungry. So long story short, I plan on breeding retics eventually. Um, I believe they take about 7 to 8 years to reach sexual maturity. So we'll cross that bridge when I get there. Let's see how I do with the ball pythons first. But I would really like to breed reticulated pythons. I think they're slowly catching up to ball pythons with the different morphs and mutations. If you look, especially in the morph market, they have all different types of colors and patterns, including piebald, which I love. That's really expensive. So eventually, I think I'm gonna breed retics. We'll see. Oh yeah, I started my collection last year. I'm out to 8 females. How many? I don't know. So how many is it? Damn it. How many is too many to take care of a full-time job? Yeah, I've seen buddies with carpets. They're a little fucking active too, right? They're a little nasty too, which I like. So how many is too many to take care of a full-time job? I don't know. I mean, I have 20. It's not really all that difficult. The good thing about this hobby slash business is it's not overly time consuming. Listen, like once a month, you got to clean all the tubs. That takes 4 or 5 hours. You got to feed consistently. Uh, but I don't know. I mean, I guess if you get to the point where you have 300 snakes in your house, your full time job is going to be a pain in the ass. With my job, for example, Tuesday, went to work, thinking I was going to get out at 7 o'clock at night. I ended up having to do a double with overtime. I didn't get home at 7 o'clock in the morning today. And, had you been breeding dogs or had you been breeding something else, like that would be, counterintuitive and that would be problematic for you. But realistically, with snakes, if you got to wait an extra day to, feed them, it is what it is. They're just going to hang out anyway. So I think if you're going to have a full-time job with a side business, ball pythons are the way to go because it's, it is what it is. Got a group A switching over, double dose, blue line, pipe. Oh, you guys are going so fast. You think so? You think retics are actually going to take over? Yeah, it doesn't take too much. Exactly. It's not like a really time-consuming thing. It is what it is. If you take care of your snakes correctly, it does take a long time. But it's not like, for example, Rob. Rob breeds dogs with his family. Like that I feel like is a much more in-depth thing than breeding snakes. Oh, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah, Flip. My ASS were doing well actually. They haven't eaten each other yet, which is good. Dinner time. Thank you very much for having. You want to correct information on the husbandry and care which too. Want to stay tuned. Blah blah blah. I'm looking to get my son a ball python. I can only have 2 male piebalds and a female lemon blitz. Oh, very nice. I love my pies. All right, next question. What genes do I want to start working with in the future that I don't have right now? So obviously I have my piebalds. I have my clowns, which I love. I have my coral glow stuff I'm working with, and then I'm getting into the puzzle game, right? I purchased those 2 high-powered het puzzle girls. So I have like 7 codoms on top of my 2 het puzzle girls right now. So we're definitely getting that puzzle gene going. One project I really want to get into is the monsoon gene. I love the monsoon gene. I absolutely love it. The only problem is female monsoon is like $12,000 right now, and that's not going to happen for me. I could play the het game. I've contemplated playing the het game, but the amount of money I would spend on like a male het and a female het, I could probably get my entire puzzle project going for the same price. So I'd much rather have those 4 het puzzle girls or a couple visual puzzle girls or a puzzle male than have 2 het monsoon girls because I can't afford 13 grand for a visual. My favorite morph, I love my clowns. I love killer clowns. Rob and Mike from Redline Pythons, Pork Pythons, they always make fun of me with the whole super pastel thing. I love killer clowns. I love the yellow. I love the white blushing. I love everything about it. It's my favorite morph is a clown. I love super pastel clowns. It kind of just is what it is. Temperature for the eggs. This is kind of ironic because I just cut open my first clutch of eggs that I cooked. And I will say this, majority of them were hard-boiled eggs. So I have my thermostat set in my incubator right now at 88 degrees. As long as you maintain it at 88 to 89 degrees, you should be fine. I had some issues at first. So I had put a fan in there to kind of circulate the air, but the fan was kind of big. So it generated a lot of ambient heat for itself. So that temperature in the incubator, because of the actual heat source coming from the fan, raised my incubator up to like 92, 94 degrees for a couple of days, which ultimately turned a majority of my first clutch into hard-boiled eggs, which you'll see in Friday's video, which is pretty fucking disgusting. But that is what it is. So 89 degrees, 88 degrees, you should be fine. Nice, Apex. Oh, hi, Redline. What else we got? Return on investment. What is the best return on investment for $1,000, $2,500, $3,000? That's an interesting question. So, best return on investment, I would say I would get some type of visual recessive, right? If you spend like $3,000 and you get like 2 female piebalds, and then like 1 male, like 2 codoms pied, you spend like $2,500 on them and have two females. Even if you get two normal female pies, then one male, like two codons on top of the pie bulb, maybe you're in the project for $3,000. I think in your first year of breeding, you're gonna quadruple that money. So I think if you have $3,000 to spend, you like pies, you like other recessives, I would get two. Yeah, Apex. You know what? I hate to say it. I'll get back to this in a second. Apex. I hate to say it this way, but I'm a realist and I try to be completely transparent. My first clutch I smoked. Realistically, there were $200 snakes, $300 snakes. Would I want them all to live? Would I ever want to kill a snake for no reason? Absolutely not. But if I'm going to screw up, I'd rather screw up now with my lower end clutches than when I start producing, clown pies and I smoke, a $30,000 clutch. That would really fucking suck. Flip. All right. As far as building an incubator, a lot killer clowns are stunning. Got my first spinner. Nice. But it was day 30, so I cut it away. No, it's good. Don't base on ultimate price, based on the quality of the animal. Sometimes breeder rotation. No, dude, I cooled mine, left the incubator open. So, back to my original return on investment idea. I think if you like a certain recessive gene, definitely get two female normal recessives. So, in other words, get two clowns, two female clowns, then find a male with like two codons on top of that clown gene. All visuals, you'll probably be in the project for like $3,000, $2,500, give or take. And your first two clutches, then you're going to quadruple that money, and I think you'd be set. So, best return on investment, I would get two females of some sort of recessive visuals with no codons, and then or one codon on top of each, depending on what your budget is, and then get a powerhouse male with that recessive gene, and that would probably be your best return on investment, in my opinion. What going on here? So, Flip, as far as the whole incubator thing, now I know a million people will. We had a question earlier about the best investment when starting out. A lot of people build their own incubators, and mine's home built. Also, I didn't build it. I built it. I bought it from somebody that already had built it because I'm lazy. It really is just a wine cooler with heat tape and a thermostat. Really simple to do. I know a lot of big time breeders, a lot of really experienced breeders have their own homemade incubators, and they work absolutely fine. I don't know if I'm just kind of a meathead idiot, but I'm going to buy the Sea Serpent Hotbox incubator, the 48-inch one, because to me, it's like I'd rather spend $1,000 on the incubator and remove the element of equipment malfunction or equipment failure. Now, I know equipment can all fail in general, no matter how much you pay for it, no matter how great the equipment is, no matter how it's top of the line, equipment does fail. But I think you have a much better chance of it not failing had I not created it. Now, if you're much more handier than I am and you feel comfortable with that, by all means, make your incubator. But in my opinion, I'd rather spend more money and get an incubator made because I'd rather just have to focus on human error rather than equipment error. That's just the way I am. I mean, yeah. Oh, you have one, Golden Boy? I sent the guy an email about because it says inquire about shipping. I sent him the email about the 48-inch one, holds 27 6-core tubs, and he hasn't emailed me back yet. I don't know if he's super busy because of the season. I'm not holding it against him, but my buddy Ed over there in Jersey with all the clown girls, he got the one that holds 9 or 6-core tubs. He loves it. It's gorgeous. It's got the LED lights in it. It's got the fan built in. It's great. Yeah, that's what I mean, Marino. Like people build them out of like coolers or wine chests or whatever the case may be, and they work perfectly great. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I want, Golden. But at the end of the day, it's like I would rather just spend the money and remove all the equipment error on my part. I don't trust myself when it comes to building shit like that. And that's Latinos versus Asian shit. Latinas they tend to be violent like knives, so I stay away from that from experience. Never had an Asian chick. Both of mine are out of Coleman's coolers. Yeah, I mean, it can work, right? At the end of the day, as long as you have heat and the proper humidity. I will say this. Use the press and seal. I use the press and seal on Big Mama's clutch, and they're doing fucking amazing compared to my first clutch, which became hard-boiled eggs. Next question. Pairings in the future. So one pairing I really wanted to talk about. Now, in my last unboxing video, I spoke about how I had won against everything I say, and I bought press and seal for the win. Oh, hell yeah. Black pastel. Yeah, listen, some people swear by the homemade ones. I totally get that. I'm just going to spend the money to get one made. Well, Marino, which size did you get? Because I inquired about the 48-inch one, which says inquire about the shipping cost, and nobody answered me yet. I don't know. Let me know if they answer you because I want to get a fucking incubator. So one pairing I want to talk about is this. my last unboxing video, that last girl I had to pick up in Brooklyn that I named Brooklyn, is the Orange Dream Fire Girl, sitting at like 2350 grams right now. So I had swore I would never buy a breed ready female that large. So you don't know what you're buying. I decided to take the chance on her. She's only $650. I have a quarantine, obviously, and I got in trouble for quarantining in the same room, but it is what it is now. Now I'm going to switch that up. But it is freight ship. Yeah, truck's got to come. What was I saying? So I have her. Now, I have that Coral Glow Black Pastel Trick Mojave male that is my absolute stunner powerhouse male that I love. I got from Richie Blues Reptiles, Richie Blues Pythons, here on Long Island. Anyway, I originally was going to breed him to this girl that I have. She's Banana and she's Lesser Pastel Possible Het Fire. So I was really excited about pairing those two together. But then I started thinking about it. That's like 8 or 9 codoms or genes together. And, listen, you can make some sick animals that way, but I really got concerned with the fact of, one, distinguishing between the different what genes are going to be in this animal, and it might just look like shit, right? It might just look like mud. You're taking 8 different genes, put them together, and who knows what you're going to get. So I don't know what I'm doing with that one female. But with that being said, that female with the banana, Enchi, Lesser, Pastel, Possible Fire Girl, in that rotation for that Coral Gold Black Pastel Mojave male, I am replacing her with that Orange Dream Fire Girl. So I'm really hoping to recreate him. I really would like to make a Coral Glow Black Pastel and throw Orange Dream in there. Because if you look at him, he's got that yellow and that black pastel with the banana / Coral Glow. It's a really purple, really vibrant looking. He looks great. He almost looks like the purple vinyl retake. I think if you throw Orange Dream on top of that, it might really, really make those purples and those yellows really stand out. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's the next pairing next year that I'm really looking forward to, is that Orange Dream Fire Girl with that Coral Glow Black Pastel Trick Mojave male. I got an interesting question. He essentially said he's been in this game for like 10 years, and he's noticed I've kind of gotten in with some big time breeders. How the hell did I do that? I don't think I've gotten in with some of these big time breeders. I think I'm just friendly, right? I think I just put myself out there a lot, and I really don't give a shit what people think. And I think people respond to that. But I think most importantly, it's just about being nice, right? Dropping the ego and talking to people. Now, some of these guys like Ozzy Boyd, or like Billy, or like Miguel, like these guys are all big time breeders, right? We all watch them on YouTube. We all follow them on Instagram. They have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, so forth and so on. At the end of the day, they're just guys that breed ball pythons. They're just guys that breed snakes, right? They're not by any means a celebrity. The celebrity is in our community, if you will. But at the end of the day, they're just guys like you or girls like you that are breeding snakes. So just talk to them. It's really that simple. I just happen to talk to people, and I just happen chicken farms like Asians. Okay, so I just talk to people. It's really that simple. I mean, I have a connection with Ozzy on a I don't know how to put this. I don't. I guess me and Ozzy kind of just hit it off. I mean, he's super busy with his life, but me and Ozzy just kind of hit it off for a couple of reasons. But I don't think I'm in with any big time breeders. I think I'm just friendly and I talk to people and I put myself out there a lot. So don't be so quiet, right? Really that simple. Any other questions, guys? I'm running out of questions here. We covered that one. We covered that one. Genes, pairings in the future, favorite morph, temps on eggs. Yeah, so we covered all those questions. What's going on, everybody? So today I cut open my my dead clutch. I'm posting that video on Friday. It didn't quite go as I had expected, so definitely watch that video. I will say, yes, social, right, exactly, got it. I will say that some of the eggs were exactly what I expected inside from a dead cooked clutch, but I will say that a couple of them were not what I expected on a dead cooked clutch. Easiest way to put that, definitely check that video out. I'm posting that at 7:30 p.m. on Friday. Definitely check that out. No, I don't, Slade. This is my first year. Again, this is my first year. Like, I could pair like 2 more. I could actually, right now, at the end of the season, I actually probably have like 2 more girls that could go. 3 girls. I have that Pastel Enchi Pie girl. She's like 1,400 grams. I could push it. Not going to. That banana Lesser Pastel Enchi, whatever the fuck she is. She's like 1,200 grams, 1,500 grams, give or take. I haven't weighed her in a while. She's real plump, though. I could probably push that if I wanted to. Not doing that. And I also got I answered one second Golden Boy. The answer is exactly how she looks in the pictures. And then OD Fire Girl I just got. I could technically pair her up this year if I wanted to. She wasn't bred this year, according to the guy I got her from. Do I believe him? Who the fuck knows? So I'm holding off on everything. This year, Slade was like my figuring it out year, right? Getting it together. I got my reptile room. I got my big ARS rack. I have the makeshift incubator I'm going to be replacing. I already killed one clutch. The other clutch is really well. So this year, we're just got to make sure that everything was like coherent. Everything was, cohesive, and I'm ready to go for next year. Next year, I will have 8 to 10 clutches, give or take, depending if the females go gravity, they build follicles, so forth and so on. A couple of my feet, I could have more than that. I have 2 girls sitting at like 600-700 grams. If they're ready to go, they're ready to go. I'm not going to push it. If they're sitting at 1,400 grams, I'm going to wait another year. I'm definitely not going to push it. But without a doubt, I would say minimum next year, 8 clutches. So that high-intensity Orange Dream Fire Yellow Belly Clown girl I got from Ozzy in person, she's stunning, dude. She's amazing. So, like, I don't really fuck with the pictures too much when I put them on social media. No, I like put the highlights a little more, or put like the brightness up, so that it's darker. But for the most part, that's the way that snake looks. That clown girl looks exactly how she looks in those pictures. She's bright. She got reds and yellows and oranges. And but my favorite part about her is that head stamp that looks like the axe. But to answer your question, yeah. Eventually, Mike, I want to buy one. Just because I don't know if it's you we're talking about in the group text. I forget who I was talking to about this. I think it was you guys in the group text were talking about it. If we have, I'd rather get the ultrasound because I don't trust myself in anything. How's your new rack doing with the ARS? I'm going to talk about the 5540 in a second. Yeah, I'm not going to rush anything. So eventually I want to get the ultrasound just because if I have 4 or 5 females that want to breed to one male, if those 5 females I want to breed to that one male, if 2 of them aren't producing follicles, I want to know that and not waste my time trying to lock them up. Where if the 3 girls are producing nice big follicles or they're growing, I'd rather put that male with those 3 girls predominantly and maybe leave those other 2 girls out of the rotation until they start building the follicles. That's why I'll probably eventually invest in an ultrasound machine. Or maybe you can fly out to New York and be a friend and teach me how to palpitate. It's up to you. Oh, hey, Rob. How is your new ARS rack, the 5540? I love it. I don't know anything about the 7030. I'm assuming it's just the same thing, just bigger tubs. So far the 5540, I love it. It's a whole different ball game. Now, I know people love like the traditional like sea serpent racks and stuff like that. I was really, really fortunate enough to Rob to hook me up. Rob's an absolute fucking gentleman. I'm not just saying that because he's in the group text. The guy, he was awesome. He left all kinds of equipment here for me. Learned a lot from him, had a blast, helped me with Shelby. He was fortunate enough to leave me with the ARS 5540 rack, and it changed pretty much everything about my whole experience with ball pythons. I love it. I won't have anything else with the ARS racks. Maybe eventually switch over to Freedom Breeders. Well, out of my it's not that out of my price range, but they're more expensive, right? Rob just got them. Rob's getting 2 Freedom Breeder racks. So I'm going to eventually probably go visit him when I visit my mom. I'll check them out. If I like them, I'll go over to them. But long story short, I am sticking with ARS/Freedom Breeder racks from here on out. I love them. He is the fan. If you need any photos taken of your dogs, contact Rob. He did. You know what's funny? He made that money off that selling that one photo. They're going to turn it into a calendar now. You drinking, Rob? Or you still driving? All right, so we covered everything. So we're looking forward to Redline Pythons. He agreed today he's going to start selling and producing and breeding Galapagos tortoises. Right, Mike? So I really want one. My dream, I don't know, he's thinking about getting another one or so forth and so on, or somebody's thinking about getting one, but I really, really want a Galapagos tortoise in the worst way. Growing up, I was big into turtles more than snakes. I love my turtles. My first reptile was a little eastern box turtle. And growing up, well, I know, I mean, how sick would that be to produce Galapagos tortoise? That'd be awesome. But $9,000 a piece, though, right? My dream reptile was always a Galapagos tortoise, so I will own a Galapagos tortoise. That is my fucking goal. I don't care. I just want to be fair to the animal, so I'll probably end up building a huge tortoise table, and then hopefully when it gets big enough where it has to live outside, I'll retire down south somewhere, and it can roam around. ARS are a little more expensive than ARS for us. East Coast ones, real shipping wise, that is. Yeah, KY. Yeah, it's like $700 for like shipping, right? Opposed to $300. I don't know. I don't know. BMW. I have to ask Rob. Rob's in the channel now. I ask him. He may know. Better buy a farm. Well, I mean, down in South Carolina, like 3 hours from where Rob lives now, my family owns like 4 or 5 houses and like 20 acres of property. So yeah, I'll have you plenty of room. Why not, right? I'll have a giant blue line morphs move down there, and I'll have my Galapagos tortoise walking around. And I was getting drunk every night with my turtle. I'd like to get it soon, though, right? To start growing it up. Hopefully, you get decent size. Mike, how old is yours? He's I mean, he's not big for a Galapagos tortoise, right? But he's not small either. You said you had him for like a decade or so, right? I think you actually texted me and I forgot to answer you. I apologize. Did you text me? You did text me. You can't tell what sex they are at 25 years old? Holy shit. So they don't get sexually mature until 25, 30 years old? That's ridiculous. He's 15 years old. He's not even close. I'm in Ecuador. I know. I want one so bad, dude. I want a Galapagos tortoise so bad. It's so cool. All right. So, okay, thanks, Racer. I know that's an offer. I know you can buy the ARS racks by the level. Speaking of, in my reptile room, my African software rats are doing well, guys. They haven't eaten each other. No one's killed anybody yet. They're much bigger than my first attempted colony. So I'm hoping I start producing some of them soon. Start, producing my own feeders. We'll see what happens. I've been swapping out the water daily and taking the old food out, replacing my new food daily. Because apparently, if I know about what? Know about the what? I know what you're saying, Rick Troll. Apparently, if you don't swap the food out with the African sulfur rats, they urinate and they defecate in their bowl often or on the food. And if they do that on the food, they won't eat the food. And even though you have a lot of food there, they'll eventually just get aggravated and eat each other. So daily, that's what I've been doing. I've been swapping out the food and the water for them. I don't know what you're saying, Rick Troll D. Any other questions, guys? We're probably going to wrap this up. Pretty tired. I want to drink more and go to bed. It'd be nice. Later, Redline. Michael. All right, guys. There's no more questions. Nothing you guys want to talk about. I covered everything I want to talk about. Quick little live tonight. Do you know what happened? No, I've never heard of the goat war. I mean, I'll go Google it now after I get off of this. I'm assuming people were fighting and they're killing turtles, right? Listen, as always, guys, I'm gonna keep doing these lives. Goat war, read up on it. It's amazing. I'm gonna check it out now. I enjoy doing these lives, guys. It switches up for me rather than making those stagnant videos I make. Oh, the goats, yeah, because the goats ate all the grass. The goats eat all the grass, all the undergrowth, and the turtles had nothing to eat, right? Well, wasn't that Darwin and his crew did that though? Didn't Darwin come over with the goats and like the different animals that weren't indigenous to like the Galapagos Island and they ate all the undergrowth and shit, and like the turtles started dying off? Oh, okay, yeah. Is that what you're talking about, Rick? When they ate all the undergrowth, ate all the small vegetation, the turtles had nothing to eat. I think that's what you're talking about. I didn't know it was considered the goat war. I thought people just fucked up. But listen, I'm going to continue doing these lives once a week, maybe not always on Wednesdays. I'll probably switch it up depending, maybe Saturdays. I enjoy doing this. Switch it up for me. I hope you guys enjoy them. We're growing. Hopefully this week we're going to hit 1,000 subscribers. That'll be pretty cool. I really appreciate that. I think we're at 980 when I started this. So if you got any fake accounts, definitely go subscribe just to make it seem like I have 1,000. We're closing to 5,000 followers on Instagram. Greatly appreciate it, guys. We're growing. We're moving. All right. Yeah, they call the body the Judas. Fucked up. Steve, I believe when it comes to the spur-thighed tortoises, I don't think fruit is that great for them because of the sugar. But I had one, if I remember correctly, too much sugar in their diet, i.e., fruits, strawberries, apples, pears, stuff like that, I think is detrimental to the sulcatas. But I would message Redline Pythons. He has a sulcata also, along with the Galapagos tortoise. I think too much sugar is detrimental for them, so just be careful. Jesus, that's ridiculous. But, all right, guys, I've been talking for 40 minutes. I've had enough. I'm going to continue drinking, though. Listen, guys, I appreciate it, man. As always, be safe. Watch your six. Have a good night, guys. Message me on Instagram if you want to keep talking, all right? Later.